Legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Deep, long breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel that power of you controlling your breathing. That power that's available to you all the time, wherever you are in life. That power to reconnect to your greatest gift right now, your presence, your being. Your infinitely intelligent being. The same stuff we're all made of. And with that stuff that we're made of, we can control the most powerful supercomputer in the universe. Your mind. But only you can do it. Only you can control your own mind. So let's do that right now, and let's see the future. Today, our time together, let's see ourselves doing the best we can on every single exercise and stretch. For this is not only the gym that we have available to us right now, in this space wherever we are, but it is also the gym of life, where we grow our minds all the time.
One, two, one, two. Check, check. Maluma, baby. Worldwide, baby. Worldwide, baby. Da, 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 da. Su mamá cree que ella es una niña sana durante la semana, pero cuando llega ese fin de semana, rápido la mente se le daña. Pide un polvo rosa de esos que la ponen a bailar. Dicen que juiciosa, pero está puesta pa' la maldad. Síguelo, síguelo. No hay quien la vaya a parar. Síguelo, síguelo. Dicen que juiciosa, pero está puesta pa' la maldad. ¿Sabes? Ella es una diabla sin cacho, me cogió borracho, por eso de la lista no la tacho. Dice que le gustan las mujeres, prefieren los machos. Si le da hasta el piso yo me agacho. Ese pretento en la posición, si quieres amiga tienes mil opciones. Si lo mal de ella le vale cojones. No hay quien se la quita sino quien se lo pone. Síguelo, síguelo. No hay quien la vaya a parar. Síguelo. Dicen que juiciosa, pero está puesta pa' la maldad. Dale, sigue, muévete bien. Dale, como tú, solo tú sabes hacer.
Good morning, guys. Where does it all begin? Where does activating the full power and control of our mind begin? Well, as I learned today from Maya Angelou, and I'm reminded by all the great thinkers and all the wonderful people in my life, it all begins with loving yourself. That is where it all starts. You're the thing, you're the energy, you're the spirit that begins the path of your true greatness. So let's work hard on this one thing today. Let's really look for reasons. In fact, when this video is over, write down some reasons why you love yourself. And there will be endless things, but it may be difficult at first because we may not think of ourselves that way. Some of us have limiting beliefs, like it's selfish to love ourselves, or it might be egotistical or narcissistic or negative things. Loving yourself is absolutely essential. Otherwise, everything stops. So love yourself all day long today. Have a great morning, everyone.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here, and especially with this topic this month, advanced mindset and resilience. When I think about, my days of going from working as a waitress at Denny's and my whole journey of having ideas or hopes or dreams to launching one of those dreams in my living room, to getting tons of no's and going through so much setback. When I think about like, what are those defining things that help me level up in mindset and also stay resilient and keep going after what I knew was part of my calling. And really, it comes down to one of the big things that it comes down to is me being able to change my relationship in my own mindset with rejection. Rejection is victory. I want you to write that down, and I want you to think about this idea. Okay, here we go. How many people, right, stay in their comfort zone because they're afraid of rejection, they're afraid of failure, they're afraid of people seeing them start small? How many people stay in their comfort zone forever? How many people talk themselves out of their own truth forever and never actually become the person they're born to be, right? If you are someone, and I'm going to say one of the courageous people, one of the brave people who is stepping into your calling, who is stepping into your purpose or multiple purposes in this life, if you're one of the brave people doing that, you're going to get rejection after rejection after rejection. It just comes, right? Think about every person in history that's done anything great. Think about everyone living right now that's a great example of accomplishment or impact or inspiration, right? And you just look at their lives, even the greatest, constant rejections on their journey. So what I learned to do early on that I really want to challenge you to do today is to literally see rejection as victory. And what I mean by that is, if you are one of the courageous people who is brave enough to literally be on the path to your calling and to be stepping into the person you're born to be in this lifetime, every time you get a rejection, it's a reminder that you're one of those brave people who's literally doing it. Like, you're one of those brave people stepping into your calling. And you guys, I had to flip the switch in my head, because when I started IT Cosmetics, and I can give a million other examples in my personal life, in my years before launching the company, in my journey of launching Believe It, my book, there's so many examples of this. But the big one that stands out to me is when I launched this dream in my living room, and I was not ready for it to be like, for it to get no traction. I didn't realize, I thought if my product's really good and I have a great vision, a great why behind it, I believe in it, I just thought, of course, it's going to sell. It's going to turn into a successful company. I was not ready or prepared in any way for the hundreds and hundreds of no's that I would get the first several years. For experts that I used to put on a pedestal to say they didn't believe in it. And I wasn't ready for that. And when I started getting no after no, obviously we've all had forms of rejection in our life. It hurts. It's painful. It's easy to think, well, maybe my gut is wrong. Maybe I don't have what it takes, all those things, right? And I eventually had this big aha moment where I knew, because even though I was getting hundreds of no's, even though this went on for years, you guys, before we ever had any signs of success for our company, every time I would check in with my gut, it kept saying, you're supposed to be doing this, right? You're supposed to be doing this. I felt it. And so because of that, what I decided to do, and I had this big aha moment around it, was I flipped my mindset around rejection. And I just made the decision that, you know what? Because I know I'm supposed to be putting this idea out into the world, this passion out into the world, this mission out into the world that I believed in so much when I was creating my company. I believed in that. So because of that, I just decided I'm a person who's actually doing that, even when it's hard, even when it's not rewarded, even when no one's buying and we got no orders again today, right? All those times I just flipped the switch. Okay, every time I got another no, every time someone said you're not the right fit, or we don't think you're going to do well in our stores, or every day we got no orders, rejection comes in so many forms, right? I literally just decided, okay, this rejection is a victory, right? It's another victory, because I'm one of the brave few who's literally going after my calling, who's putting my ideas out into the world, who's showing up to serve with my whole heart the best way I know how. And when I flipped this idea that rejection is a victory, it literally helped me fear it less, right? And helped me become a little more fearless and really showing up for the reasons why I was there to show up for, which was to serve other people and to put a product out in the world I really believed in. So imagine if you can flip, right? Because I know we're talking advanced mindset and resilience, and this is so simple, yet how many people do this, right? If you can flip in your head every time you get a no, every time you get a setback. Let's say you go post something today and no one likes it. like there's the simplest things that make us feel rejected, and sometimes we let those turn into self-doubt in our own head. I'm challenging you today to flip the switch. Rejection is a victory. Oh, someone just said no to you again. Oh, a client just left. Oh, whatever happened, right? Just literally flip it in your head as a reminder that you are one of the brave few who is courageous enough to be going after your calling in life. So rejection is a victory, because all it is a reminder that you're one of those people. It's a victory that you're one of those people, right? That you're going to be on this path to becoming the person you're born to be. And if that's you, rejection is just going to come with the territory. Anybody who puts out ideas or works or their heart, right? Anyone who does that, who's brave enough to do that, becomes with rejection. So rejection is victory.
This can be your day for personal growth. This can be that day you committed to and you remember and you go, that was the day I got myself a community. I got better coaches. I committed to making my life the absolute best that I could. This is that day. Make today your growth day. Click the button on this page and sign up right now.
Cause I want to, all on the dance, all in the trance, all over around the world. Cause I want to. One time for the girls that's marching forward. Two times for the boys that's walking forward. Three times for the ones do what they want to. Each time when I'm do what I want to. I can do what I want to, I'm so nonchalant to. We global from LA to Paris, São Paulo.
Eu faço o que eu quero, eu sou muito louco. Tô no mundo inteiro, São Paulo pro topo.
You're perfect. Now work it. You're perfect. All around the world. You're perfect. Now work it. You're perfect. All around the world. All around the my soul on fire for. All of the things I want, I'm willing to die for. Willing to die for. I've been willing to die for. I can do what I want to. I'm so nonchalant too. We global from LA to Paris, São Paulo.
Eu faço o que eu quero, eu sou muito louco. Tô no mundo inteiro, São Paulo pro topo.
You're perfect. Not working. You're perfect. All around the world. You're perfect. Not working. You're perfect. All around the world. All around the
Agora vai! Agora vai!
You're perfect. Not working. You're perfect. All around the world. You're perfect. Not working. You're perfect. All around the world. All around the
Vai estar no mundo inteiro!
Good afternoon, guys. How's it going today? Are you working hard on loving yourself? Loving yourself is the most important thing, but for many of us, it's hard to do. We may have allowed all our limiting beliefs and all the negative things that have happened or are happening today to keep us down from loving ourselves. Well, this is where your belief and your power to believe in your determination, your spirit of never giving up on that steps in. Right now, if you are having challenges, struggles in loving yourself, stop right now and remember, you have to believe that it is possible for you to change your thinking. So do it right now. Wherever you are, whatever you're going through, stop right now and again, go back at it again. Give yourself one reason to love yourself. The fact that you're even here right now, breathing, watching, trying to get better, that's a reason to love yourself. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
My original teacher was Jim Rohn. I met him when I was 17. And I wanted to know why all my fathers were broke, because they were good men. You know, I loved all four of my fathers. And I remember him saying, Tony, we're all equal as souls, but we're not equal in the marketplace. I was like, what does that mean? And he said, well, think about it. He goes, you need to become more valuable if you want to have economic freedom. He said, you have to work on yourself more than anything else, and you have to work on it in a way where there's something you can do for others better than anyone else, or at least more, at better quality. And he gave me an example of like working at McDonald's, and he said, you know, if you work at McDonald's, you make whatever it was in those days, $5 an hour, whatever it was. And I go, yeah, but that seems so unfair. And he goes, yeah, and teachers, I gave the example of teachers, and there's these billionaires, you know, that make $1 billion a year, hedge fund guy, you know? And he said, Tony, the guy you just mentioned, he provided a 40% return last year, and that went to nonprofits and everything else. He said, that means those organizations double their money almost every 2 years. He is adding massive value, hundreds of $1 billion, they made $1 billion. He goes, this person is doing a job that anyone can learn in 20 minutes or half a day. So it's a beginning job. He said, you got to think of it as one thing. It's all about adding value. How can you do more for others than anybody else in the world? And that stuck with me. I mean, I was just like, I decided I wanted to do more for others than anybody in the world. In order to do that, I had to have certain skills, and I went after those skills, and I still do. Like, it's a never-ending thing. If you think you're a master, you're full of it, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's probably some of the best advice I've received, at least on life and business and direction, and it affected my mission.
Need motivation? Watch the top 10 with Believe Nation.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because you are probably the most ambitious person in your circle, but you know you're capable of more, and you get that push by surrounding yourself with the best. So today, let's learn from one of the best, Tony Robbins, and my take on his top 10 rules of success. Enjoy. Rule number 2, change your psychology.
The difference between making it or not is psychology and skill. You need them both. And honestly, skill is the smaller of the two. I'm gonna give you a ton of strategies this week. I'm gonna do psychology first, and you're gonna see why as this day goes by, because you're gonna discover when people stand up and we figure out what's the chokehold on their business, 80% of the time, it's gonna be their psychology. The chokehold on the growth of your business is the psychology and skills of the leader, period. That's it. And if we change those two things, skills too, marketing skills, financial intelligence, recruiting, training, all those things, we train those too. Don't get me wrong, we gotta do the skills also. But I could give you every skill. How many of you have learned it before that was invaluable from some source, a mentor, a coach, an event, a university, I don't know what, and you were excited about it, and then you never actually followed through? Who's done this before? Say, I. Listen, knowledge is not power. Execution trumps knowledge every day of the week. My goal is to make you execute. I can't make you, but I can get you where you tap into that part of yourself. And that shift is the most important shift of these few days.
Rule number 3, unlock your own true nature.
All of us, we could take our work and think of work as being like a gift. I personally believe that one of the greatest gifts outside my love that I can give another human being is my labor. But there's 3 gifts of labor you might have within your nature, meaning you can master anything, but under stress, people tend to go back to their true nature. And there are 3 gifts of labor that you can give. One of those gifts we might call the gift of being an artist or a talent, or another word for it would be a truly skilled producer. Some people, the reason you know this is your gift is what you love to do is to create a product or service and deliver it to people, and you're enamored by that. The woman over here who was doing the work, if you recall, in hospice, she would be a perfect example of an artist. She's not in it. She wants to make money, don't get me wrong, but she would never trade the money for the impact. So when someone is in it as an artist, and by the way, most businesses are started by artists. There's somebody who was an amazing negotiator, an amazing fashion designer, amazing code writer. And they said, I work for this company and they don't do a good job for customers and I can do a better job. I don't work for them, and they start their own company thinking that the company is all driven just by the sales or the negotiation or the code or the fashion. But a company is much more complex than that, especially as it grows. So an artist is in it for the impact. And yes, they want to make money, don't get me wrong, but it's not the first thing and they won't trade it. When I talk to artists about selling their business, they look at me like I'm trying to sell their child. The second gift you might have is the gift of being a manager leader. A manager leader is someone who lives to manage people and processes. They love to figure out how to maximize a business by changing the gears, creating a new process, working with people. And those people love it. Now, they are not artists in that their talent or skill, they're not there delivering it directly to the client. They want to work on the people that are directly to the client. They want to work on the system that makes this business work. And so they think it differently. They're inspired by different things. They make different decisions. Is one better or worse than the other? Yes or no? No, they're just different. And by the way, you might say, I have both those skills. I bet you do, but they're not equal because they're different types of skills. So you might have them both, but there's one that is your true nature, that when things are going well, you're going to go back to it. When things are really up, you're going to go back to it. Under stress and under excitement, we return to our nature. By the way, a great company can't be great without great artists, talent, who really deliver extraordinary products or services. A company cannot maintain greatness and grow unless they have some great manager leaders who can run the process and the people. They're both critical components. The third choice of service, the true gift you can give, is that of an entrepreneur. And while most of you in this room would call yourself an entrepreneur and you would be entrepreneurial, by this definition, it's a little different. Most people think of an entrepreneur as anybody who starts multiple businesses. No, that's not true. Some artists start multiple businesses because they want to get all kinds of things for all kinds of people. Some managers want to do multiple businesses so they feel like they have multiple systems. But an entrepreneur is in it for one thing, the juice of risk. They want to make money. And by the way, an entrepreneur, will they sell this business? Yes or no? For the right price, they'll sell anything. And their mindset is, sell it, I'll start another one. Sell it, I'll buy another one. They are not attached. They might enjoy the product or service. They might be proud of the product or service, but they're in it for the risk. And they're the kind of person that when they lose massively, they jump up, dust themselves off, and want to do it again.
Rule number 4, be creative and caring.
Life.
Good evening, guys. How did it go today? How did the most important thing in the world that you can do go today? Did you find reasons to love yourself? Are you doing it right now? Well, it's absolutely essential as we continue on our path to developing mind wealth. And I want to share with you a personal story. I want you to remember that what I'm doing right now, I could have been doing a long time ago, and many great thinkers will attest. Even my hero, Les Brown, says he could have been doing what he's doing today many, many years ago if he loved himself and believed in himself enough that he could do it. And same goes with me. I am not even close to reaching my full potential, and neither are you, and we're never going to be. But we got to love that path. We got to love being on it, and we got to continue to love ourselves. Find reasons for it. I continue to do it every day. And every day, the greatest thing I love myself for is that I'm showing courage and determination. So let's do it together. Have a great evening, everyone.
The amount of people that are entrepreneurs that were not built for school that have gone on to successful, but more importantly, happy lives. Forget about my financial success in comparison to the majority of them. It's the sheer happiness of living what's in your DNA that is so important.
Yeah.
I view entrepreneurship like I view art. I really do. I believe that artists are happy to live by financial humble means to be able to draw. And if that means they'll make $63,000 a year, scrapping by a side job and selling a couple of paintings, that if they truly are a true artist, not one who thought they wanted to be an artist to become Banksy or make money or be famous or be a rock star and date models. I mean, truly, I am an artist and I love it. I believe they're happier than a chemical engineer making $800,000 a year. And I think that's why I associate with entrepreneurship so much, more about the freedom of being happy about doing your true mission than the financial success that's associated with it. Because when I got into it, it wasn't cool like it is right now.
Need motivation?
Watch a top 10 with Believe Nation.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because in my first business, I was making $300 a month. I quit on my business partner, and the thing that saved me was studying the stories of super successful entrepreneurs. So I hope that this story today helps give you the motivation you need, because I still need it too myself.
So today, let's learn from one of the best, Gary Vaynerchuk, and my take on his top 10 rules of success. Enjoy. Rule number 2 is stop complaining.
Every day, people complain about silly small things, being upset about the most minute things, complaining, jealous, envy, all based on insecurity. And then when I say to a lot of those people that I'm close to, like, one day you're gonna have something to actually be upset about. Yesterday, a senseless act took the life of a friend of mine. It just made me think, like, on this morning walk talk, like, today may have some challenges. That's just a human life journey. But please put things in perspective. Save your anger and despair and unhappiness for the big things. Start practicing, whether it's meditation or positive people around you or exercise something. Just practice how to let the mundane, everyday things roll off your back. I saw somebody yesterday lose their mind because somebody cut them off in traffic. People are losing their lives. People get terminally ill. There's real serious shit out here. Don't be upset about dumb shit.
Rule number 3 is get real attention.
Nothing matters more than understanding where the actual attention is versus where the perceived attention is. And the perceived attention is usually garnered by the icons and leaders of the world. The establishment, where they want to see it, right? Sports, I'll give you a great one. Sports team owners want to see television commercials to feel like their league is relevant. Right now.
Yeah, it was relevant to them when they were kids.
The 65 to 80-year-old, the 58 to 80-year-old current sports owner, from the English Premier League to the NHL, NFL, NBA, MLB, and everything in between, want to see billboards and television spots to feel as if they're communicating their sport. While 90% of their audience is consuming it here.
Yeah.
That is perceived attention is on billboards and television versus actual attention is on TikTok and Twitter and Spotify and Netflix, right?
Yep.
That is the only thing that matters if you're trying to grow And it's the most dangerous thing if you're declining without realizing it.
Rule number 4 is have a clear perspective.
I think one of the things immigrants have a
And here we are again. Back to where it all begins. Where it all begins and never ends. That source, that oneness, that consciousness, that awareness. That we know is in all of us. That power to determine, to control our minds. You see, nobody else, nothing else in this universe can do what you do every day. In the gym of life. Only you, human being, only you, infinitely intelligent being, can do the ultimate. Only you can control your mind, your thoughts, and therefore your feelings. But it takes a lot of hard work. It takes, first of all, believing that you can do it. If you don't believe in yourself, your mind health, your chance at mind wealth is not possible. But that's not the way it was meant to be. You were born to win. Control over your mind, your thoughts. To have and be all you were meant to be. And that means believing 100% in who you really are. And that is the key to your mind health and your mind wealth, your happiness, your freedom, your success, your infinite peace and love towards everything and anything. It's possible. It's all because of you, your determination, united with all of our determination, creates that oneness, that consciousness,